Good morning, good afternoon. Wake up and smell the coffee. It's first touch here on May 24th. Dazzler, Roll Diz, the T-Bates here to bring you to action. And guys, wow, it's good to see you today. It's a good day today coming off of the last regional. How we feeling today?
I said wake up and smell the coffee, so I did exactly that. Got some coffee in a cup real quick. Smell it. Don't smell too delicious, but hey, it tastes delicious, and I don't really need it to taste delicious. I just needed to wake me up. But we're not talking about coffee today. Bates, how we doing?
I'm always good, man. Man, good week. Good week. Always working, working, living, and then laughing and having fun and just. I think I need to shift to the left. There we go.
Yeah, I felt that
now
too.
I'm more in the center of my camera. But yeah,
Shift to the right.
just happened. It was to my left.
No, I
Are you
said
talking
I
about
had to
yourself?
shift. Yeah,
Oh,
I had to
my
shift.
bad.
You had
Yeah,
to shift.
see, ears not working, but they're working now. They're working a little bit better. But yeah, so it's gonna be a good day. Before we get into the video, I just have to let all of you know that over 50% of our viewers, 50% are not subscribed to the channel. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we need your help to get there. So please hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and enjoy the video. It was a good weekend of Rocket League. In a show that we got a little promise. OCE is absolutely the most interesting region ever because it's absolutely pathetic how a sub can come in and then ultimately win a regional. I don't like that. Like, Gemma, what's going on with power, bro? We can't be losing those. I'm sorry. Like, I respect the Pioneer boys, but that should not be a possibility. It was good in MENA that. Well, it was good for the MENA storylines that Rule 1 lost, but it wasn't good for Rule 1 that Rule 1 lost. But now it's good for me because now I'll actually watch the final regional. If it wasn't the case, if it was just a foregone conclusion, I wasn't tuning in. But now I'm going to tune in. So we got some good Rocket League happening all throughout the Rocket League Championship Series. And we got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, Spring Split has not failed to deliver. I've been really impressed by it. That being said, like you said, got a lot to talk about. And to join us today, we have two very interesting guests, I believe. Oh, as we're spinning the globe. And bring in our two guests here, Beastmode and Spaceman. Oh my goodness. I believe this is first touch debuts for both of you. Is this the first time we've had both of you on the show, Sean?
Yeah, we don't count LAN. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We done. And then we got Beastmode. Beastmode, again, congratulations on the win in the Spring Cup. How you doing? Welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me as well, and I'm doing great, man. Like, obviously the win feels good. I haven't got the win in a while, like it's been like 5-6 months, but I'm doing good overall.
That's good. That's good. Are you used to waking up this early? Just real quick.
Sadly not, no.
I was like,
You ain't the only one in here. I don't know why Demar's asking that question. He's a part of that association.
What? But no, I'm used to waking up this early. I'm also used to going to bed really late. I'm used to working on low hours.
This dude's so cap, bro.
That's how I work. I work on low hours. That's just me.
And you be
But
struggling.
listen, some teams work on low hours, some teams work on high hours, and some teams work. And Version 1 is a team that worked over the course of this weekend. Let's take a look at the V1 highlights again so we can talk about it. Spring Cup, I want to talk to you, Spaceman, about Version 1's performance. What did it look like to you?
I looked like a team that's still hitting their stride. I don't think the ceiling's been hit just yet, and I think that's a positive for V1. I loved Comp's tweet, no help. That's hilarious right after the regional. But look, this is a high-powered offense. They're kicking into high gear at the right time. We're hitting the spring major stride. We're also worried about Worlds with point standings. And you're talking about maybe the best twos combo right there in Beastmode and Daniel, maybe in the world, other than Vitality.
That was a nasty
and
read
Com
right
as
there.
an enforcer. Like this team is just... There is nothing they can't do, and that's the scary part. They are better than everybody else at essentially everything, and this is the result we expected. Like, did we really expect them to not make the grand final and do what they did? It was disgusting.
As
A lot of people didn't expect them to make the grand final.
Yeah.
You probably didn't expect
Because
them.
people ain't been watching Rocket League.
You probably didn't expect them to make them the grand final. You
Oh,
probably,
I did.
No,
No,
you
there-
weren't.
no,
You
but
probably
after
were
their
screaming.
game
You were
was without
probably
borders, there's
screaming.
no shot.
Oh wait, so you had Version 1 Optic in your grand final before the weekend?
Oh, Optic not making the grand final.
Oh, Optic's not making the grand final.
No, no. Look, there are a lot of delusional Optic fans. I ain't one of them. I'll tell them straight up. You got to get better.
I respect that. Oh, man, Raul, you got to see it firsthand, man. What were your thoughts on V1?
Yeah, I mean, this is a roster I think a lot of people were, expecting prior to the first regional, and then afterwards it was kind of like, yeah, maybe they just need to mesh a little bit more. And that was kind of my opinion on it is that they just needed to mesh a bit more, and it's coming into full fruition now. They're just they're here. They're here. This is the roster you expect to see. 3 players, extremely talented. They just needed to figure out each other's play styles and kind of get comfortable with each other, and it looks like it, especially on cams. You see Calm going crazy, baby.
Yeah, that's against your squad. Look at the stats. Beast got 1.33 goals per game for the whole weekend? My gosh. 69.6% goal participation, 1.35 rating. Oh, look at Beast, Dan. And see, Calm's rating isn't going to be as indicative as how much of an impact he actually had. And man, what he averaged, like 4.32 demos for the whole entire event. That's the most amount of demos for the whole, out of any RLCS event ever for a whole entire weekend, I believe. So like Calm's rating is not gonna show, the numbers don't tell the full story for Calm, but for Dan and Beastmode, they pretty much do.
Beastmode, I know like we talked to you about, people have asked you about the playstyle environment and how, you know, you've answered that and said that, you know, you guys have the ability to kind of change things up, but I want to kind of zero in on you in specific here because, you know, it feels like you have like more room to work with here, and you've been able to really, you know, show your stuff in terms of, especially obviously the goal scoring department, which was the stat highlight. How does it feel post adjustment for you on the field?
I mean, end of the day, like I can pretty much do whatever I want. Like on the field, I can literally just, I'm free to do whatever I want. Like Calm, he's a great enabler, and then just Dan, like I just know that I can do whatever I want because I know I got Dan behind me. Like literally, he can save anything that comes to him at any time. He's just such a great player like that. And yeah, like just with adjustments, like we're so flexible. You know, if something isn't working, like we're all so individually good, I believe. So we can do anything. Like if something's not working, then we can just change it up. But I want to agree with like what Spaceman said. Like we're not even like, I feel like we're not even close to our peak because I feel like me personally, I had a lot of individual mistakes this past weekend at the original mistake, and we still, like, I would say we still dominated, you know, 4-1, 4-0, and then 4-1 again. So
lost 3 games all weekend.
Yeah, and I feel like none of us played to our best. So we still.
Ooh. He said lost 3 games for 1.33 goals per game, and I still got a whole bunch of room to improve. He's talking to the rest of the world. That's a shout out to the world. That's a challenge. Saying, listen, I ain't worried about none of y'all.
How are the overall like feelings?
Hold on, man. We gonna interview him later, bro.
Oh, okay. I mean, oh yeah, you're right. I totally. Anyways, well, dang. Now we got to get to the spice then. Let's bring up the next topic. Our show writers here have put us into the hot seat.
What he means is me.
Well,
what he means is
I didn't want to throw you under the bus, but. Anyways, the question on the table is who will have a better career? This is a topic between Daniel versus Zen. Obviously, both players having good performances. I think we have a head-to-head here with Daniel and Zen's stats on the comparison here. It was a conversation that we ended up talking about last week. We're going to kind of bring that a little bit back into the fold here. And, yeah, let's let's just go around the room. Sean, kick us off.
All right, I'll take this first swing. Okay, so when it comes to the conversation alone, it's pretty impossible to have now because Zen just started and Daniel's been at least in the league for about a year. But the big stretch that I see that is in Daniel's favor, calm down, is the assist game. I think his ability to make plays off ball and get the ball to beast mode to help set up Calm, that has been a progression in Daniel's gameplay that didn't exist on SSG. It was his first year, but also it's been an evolution of his gameplay that has helped round him out as a player. That said, that will come in time for Zen. And if we're just looking at pure mechanics and everything, Zen, of course, is taking the edge there. When it comes to who's going to have the better career, it entirely depends on really what team they're on, because Vitality have a chance to become the dynasty they used to be. V1 have a chance at this moment in time to become a staple and potential dynasty in NA. I think you're probably looking at Zen overall, but that immediately discredits Daniel in negative light, which it shouldn't. It's way too early, I think, to have this conversation because we still need to see them play each other at international competition.
I'm gonna wait for beast mode. Raul, thoughts?
Wait, did he answer the question?
I think he said Zen.
Oh, he said Zen?
I say, yeah, if we're going paper to paper, it's probably Zen, but we need to see them play each other on LAN. They just started.
What? So you're saying Zen's gonna have the better career, and better career.
I
when
think
it's all
based
said and
off
done?
mechanics and the fact that he's on Vitality and we're taking everything into account, the quality of competition in EU and everything, I think Zen will probably marginally ease it out. Yeah.
Okay, Zen will have the better career. Okay.
So no, wait. So you think Zen's gonna have a better career simply because of the team he got put on initially? Like the team that he's on right now will like propel him.
I think if we consider both teams a trampoline, what is the bounce going to look like for Daniel on V1 or NNA? What's the bounce going to look like for Zen on Vitality in EU? Quality of competition, road to prosperity, what the opportunities look like, how good Zen is individually. I think that all those factors need to be weighed, and I think Zen will probably have a more successful career given that he's competing in maybe some of the best regions we've ever seen consistently, and it's going to get translated well when he's playing with Alpha, and they're going to go in international competition and just handle business.
Okay. This is a tough one. I think.
Take your time.
Yeah,
How's it tough? How's it tough?
No, it is tough. It's tough. Just because
Interesting.
Zen started off with a W doesn't mean that he's gonna have a good career. We saw SK win a world championship and then drop off, and now he's on Hogan mode trying to make it back. Like, there's something. I think Dan now might have this stigma where he's always looking over his shoulder, like trying to compare himself to Zen. He has to be better than Zen now. This is gonna be a question for the rest of both of their careers, is until there's a next prodigy where whoever is standing out more will then be compared to them. But like right now, it's Dan versus Zen for however long in their career. I think Dan might step up a lot more now, especially with the new way the V1 roster is looking. Who will have a better career? I will say there's a lot more intimidation factor for Zen to be successful in EU. So I'm gonna have to stick with Zen, but I think Dan is right there. Honestly, I'm gonna go with Zen though.
Okay. I expect you to go with Zen because wasn't it last week you were saying that nonsense that it was Daniel's fault or something like that?
It was. Hold on. Daniel was still the problem for SSG.
Oh.
I'm not backing off that.
Interesting.
I'm not backing off that.
Interesting.
Also, keep in mind, real quick, when Daniel was on SSG, one of the conversations in the league was Daniel and Aqua, who's the better recruit.
Well, yeah, that was just a
also a
delusional.
topic.
That was a delusional
No.
conversation.
I'm not saying the merit lasted. We're now saying Daniel versus Zen. Let's also remember that Daniel's been here for a year, and it was also at one point Daniel versus Aqua. So another rookie could come up, and we're like, okay, Daniel versus this person. We got to give him time. He's only been here a year.
Okay, if we compare Daniel to every single person in the world, I think that's just like a testament to Daniel himself. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way to have this combo where it puts Daniel in a good light because he's a great player and he's only been here a year.
all right, Bates, what you think, man?
Take your time, Bates. You got it.
His brain's moving.
I've been trying to calculate and trying to listen and trying to interpret. All right. Oh, who do I think's have a better career
Mhm.
when it's all said and done?
Mhm.
Yeah, give me the kid who just won, like as in last weekend. So give me Daniel. Yeah, give me Daniel. I just think that. See, it was actually funny because Daniel posted a Michael Jordan image on Twitter. He posted a Michael Jordan image on Twitter.
What sold him.
Is that what did it for you?
No, that's not what did it for me. But I was like, man, that actually makes sense. Cause once Daniel got his Pippen, I mean, Beast better than Pippen. They basically got two Jordans. They got two Jordans on the same team. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got Dennis Rodman and Calm. So like, I'm just looking at the roster. I'm looking at the talent. Daniel went and got his teammate. I don't know, man. Already he's starting to get them W's, and I do believe that Daniel and Zen are every bit as good as each other. But I could just see Dan being a multi-time world championship winner. I could see Zen doing it too. But I think I believe that Daniel, he's gonna end up being a little bit better than Zen. And I think he might have like one more world championship to his name or something like that. But I'm gonna go with Dan. I think it's close though. I think you're looking at the two. I think you're looking at the two players. These are the two prodigies that are gonna run this league for the next 4 years. It's looking like a Messi versus Ronaldo. That's what it's gonna be coming down to. And I think it's just gonna come down to a little bit of preference, a little bit of how people play. But I think these two are gonna be. I think they're gonna catch up to Vati. I think they're gonna catch up to Vati, catch up to FK as the best in the game. Like for real, they'll surpass them eventually at some point. I think we're gonna be looking at them two for the next 4 years.
Ooh, 4 years is a long time.
That is a long time.
That's a long time.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think obviously Charlotte kind of said it. Figuring out how both these players who would have the better career is a question that I don't like, because I don't think that. How do you define them having a better career? Is it how many world championships they win?
Who had the better career? Who's gonna be more successful by the end of their career?
How are you measuring that success?
What?
It's gotta be by wins.
By
Right.
winning.
Does it?
That's what I asked. You could have just said yes.
Yeah, but like,
You
see,
could've
there
just
goes
said
Lamar.
yes.
I don't know if people notice, but this man, the dude, the host, all the way on the right side, he's been trying to get philosophical in every question. Oh, I just don't know. Oh wait, no. What's the phrase? What's the phrase? Oh no. We need to add in between DeMar Williams, DeMar. I can see both sides, Williams, cause that's what it is. That's what it is. DeMar is not picked. DeMar doesn't. DeMar, I can see both sides. Or I don't know how to answer the question. Answer
Listen,
the question, man. Who's gonna have the more successful
consider
career?
all of that. How are we measuring this? I think that's important.
That's
Otherwise,
on
you're just
the
gonna
fence
say it
all
with-
the way.
with
I
nothing
think it's
else.
up to you.
You
I think it comes up to
based
you.
it off a tweet. Like,
No,
he
I
said,
didn't.
oh,
I was
talking
just
about
saying.
Michael
I was
Jordan.
just
Michael
saying.
Jordan,
I
he was
was
like,
I gotta go.
Wait,
I
wait,
wasn't based off a
Look.
tweet. I was just saying that it was so funny that he tweeted that because it kind of felt that way to me. We're like,
If this topic is what we're having this early, then I think it's entirely up to interpretation of how you want to interpret it.
I
So
know.
if I interpret it one way, exactly. So Daz, you haven't even.
wait, how'd you
Take it away, bro.
how'd you
What do
interpret
got?
it? Wait, go back. Let's go back to you before we let Daz go, because we should need to all
Okay.
get the same
All right, talk to
definition
me.
here.
Yep.
So you're,
How you interpret
so
it, Sean?
the better career. How do you interpret that as?
So so with reference, let's do a quick anecdote. When Daz is saying when Roldas actually said, "Oh, we're talking about wins or something," it depends on what do you define at this moment in time as the ultimate peak for a career. So you could say, well, I'm looking at world championships and international wins. Okay, that's one way to look at it. You could say I'm looking at how they carry the brand to prosperity, how many wins they get, but it's not entirely about world championships, but it's also about how do they build their brand? How good do they get individually at Rocket League? That's another entire aspect. It doesn't have to be about, it's not binary. It doesn't have to be about world championship wins. If he has 5 versus 3, that's the end of the conversation. It depends entirely on what you're looking at right now for the more successful career. So for Dan, I think the conversation is continue to grow individually the way he has and become a incredibly solid fundamental player, which he doesn't get enough credit for after his mechanical prowess on SSG. Or you could look at Zen and be like, well, as long as he's flip resetting on everybody and winning a national competition, then that's all that matters. It depends entirely on what you define as what's the better career and at this moment in time, what you think is better.
Oh gosh, that's that nonsense argument that every single LeBron James fan in the world tries to make to rationalize the fact that he's on the same level as Michael Jordan. No, it's not about how many rings he got.
tweeted
It's
that
about the
Jordan's
fact that he went to the
better
finals
after
10
Game
times.
4.
He did this, did that.
After
Get that
Game
nonsense
4.
out of here. It's about winning and who's gonna be the better player. That's how you measure success.
They've been here a year.
Okay, exactly. So I'm projecting. We're projecting. It's a projection.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So you're taking the. Okay. So that's
It's a projection.
That's your interpretation. Okay. Got it. Okay. I will retract my been here a year. Go crazy.
It's a projection. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. You got it. You got it.
All right, DeMar, go ahead.
I would answer this one and say Zen, but I would be happy to be wrong. I'd be happy to be wrong.
There you go. DeMar on the fence, Williams.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't
What you
on the
think,
fence.
Beast?
I literally made a pick.
Yeah, you made a pick, but then you said, I'll be happy to be wrong. Get out of here, man.
That's true.
This dude want to be a politician so bad.
I'm not a politician. I just like the players.
This dude don't want to upset nobody. He trying to up his follower game. He trying to make sure that all the Zen
I
fans
guess I'm trying
still
to
like his tweets.
up my follower game. No, if I wanted, I could just say Daniel, and then someone's gonna make a YouTube video, and then boom, there I go.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't wanna
that's
do
what
all that.
happens. That
Never
happens
let
a
him know
lot.
your next move.
Yeah,
Okay,
of
go
course.
ahead, Beast.
Yeah, I was saying that Zin's on track to do or have a better career. I think like it's a mix of two, like winning and who's the best player. But I honestly like, I think Daniel's gonna have the better career. I mean, I may be a little biased because I'm on his team, but like, I think he's gonna have a better career, and I think that we can definitely win a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna say Dan.
All right. 2 Dans, 3 Zens, and that's what it is. Obviously, we had a poll. Most of the people in the poll voted Zen, but if you guys are listening somewhere else, let us know down below. Let's go to Beast Mode, because I was in my interview mode at the start, but now we're gonna kind of shift into that a little bit. Beast Mode Beast Mode tells the world about his Rocket League journey. It's interview time. Beast Mode, talk to me about your career. How did everything get started? How do we get to this point? Like, run us through it all now that we got the mic fixed.
Ooh. He's muted again? What?
That's actually getting trolled.
It's got to be the headset, man.
Nah, it's gotta be something with the headset, bro. But it's not making no sense though, cause I can still hear you the whole time.
Yeah, we can hear him fine, guys.
He can only talk casually. Oh wait, they're messing. Nah, that's the muted. He's gone. Ain't no way, Mike. Live Bates translates. Nah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Last week we had the liquid. We had the liquid mess up. This week we got the beast mode on mute.
I'm good. I'm good now. I can
Oh,
hear.
okay.
he's good now.
Chat.
All right.
Tools, if you can hear him.
Chat.
I think.
All right.
I think it's because I'm playing free play and I plug my controller in.
He's back.
So I think that's what it is. I think
What was it? Free play.
Yeah,
He's a free play merchant.
Yeah, my teammate's the best in the world, just hitting resets on bots. Like, yeah, he's doing.
No, he's hitting it on
great.
air.
Yeah, shit on there.
All right. Let's
But,
try to get this going.
Yeah. So yeah, I start from day one. Yeah, I got the game like 2016, 2017. I started playing it. I think I hit Grand Champion like around season 4, so I just started playing the game from there. And I hit Grand Champion season 4, and then after that, I played the game a little bit more, and then I found this thing called Six Mans.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
but I switched to PC like in 2018 Christmas. I got it for Christmas, but yeah, I went to Six Mans, and then I went from like I went up ranks pretty fast, like when I'm within a month, and then I reached like the highest level of Six Mans, like with pros and everything, such as that when I was 14. So that's kind of how I got like a little known. And then I started trying to, then I turned 15 like about a year, because I got I hit rank S when I was 14, and then I turned 15. And then I started trying out with a bunch of like this is when RLS was a thing. I started trying out with a bunch of teams. I tried out with like 4 or 5 teams, and then turns out like no one even wanted me. And then Rapid messaged me one day, and he was like, "Do you want to try things out?" And then and I was like, "Yeah." And then we had a couple scrims, and then it went well. And then me and Memory and Rapid teamed up together, and we went to their Kansas City Pioneers, and it went well. We I think our second regional we finished in the finals, so that was pretty good. And then I kind of made a name for myself.
yep.
And then about a year later, I took a break. That break was like kind of some issues within the team, and kind of some environment things, and I wasn't really happy with what I was in. And after that, I just came back, and I took like a 3-month break, I think, and then yeah, and I came back, and then now I'm here at B1, and yeah.
That was right after we play, wasn't it?
Yeah. You said what'd you say, Spaceman?
That was right after we play, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because you guys had a really good run there, and that was the surprise was
Yeah.
the break. Yeah.
Did you still play Rocket League during that break?
No, I didn't touch Rocket League at all. And I did not.
Off
Yeah,
the
I
grid.
was out. I didn't even know if I wanted to
Mode.
come back, for real. But then I didn't know if I wanted to come back, but yeah.
Oh, he made a good business decision.
Yeah.
He made a good business decision when he came back.
Yo, I'm just laughing. Rapid got people like almost quitting the game, bro. I didn't want to say nothing, but I was thinking.
Free him.
Actually, you think about it, without Rapid, Beast Mode might not have a career.
Yeah, might not have a
true.
career.
Exactly.
That
So
is
you need to put that in
true.
perspective.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that.
Yeah,
Rapids.
Rapid did kind of save my career.
Yeah, because too many people in NA have egos. We got egos, and we also got loyalty. So it's a combination of both. But yeah, so that's what's up. All right, DeMarco, go ahead. Keep asking your little questions.
Okay. Anyways, so one of the things I want to talk to you about is your parents' involvement, mainly because I talk to your dad more than I talk to you. And I actually love your dad. Like I'll sit there, it'll be at nighttime, we'll be talking about it, and he'll be talking about the team environment, and he'll be like, yeah, and you know, I saw how they played against so and so today, and you know, his boost usage upfield versus his boost usage back, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, how do you know about boost usage and advanced stats and stuff like that? He is so locked in from my perspective, and as a person who sees a parent get involved, it's so refreshing to hear what he has to say about it. What's it like for you?
I mean, it's one of the best things, and we're like having your parents support you. Like even my mom, you know, talks about stuff like that, and you know, you're like, how does she know this stuff? But my dad and her talk about it so much, and it's just like, it's just cool because like you just like get so much more motivated because you want to do good not only for like the supporters out there but for them as well, and you know, and every time I lose, like the first thing I think about is like them, my family. I don't really care about lose. I just don't want to disappoint them. So like because they're so like into it. But like yeah, it's just like it just gets you so much more motivated for sure, and it's just like a special thing. But it's super nice. Like always have like someone to talk about like Rocket League and stuff like that. Like and yeah, like if it's not friends in it, it's definitely my dad at the end of the day. So yeah.
Nah, like that man is invested. Like
Yeah.
I really do like that. It's like he's just so locked into it all, and this is I think one of the biggest reasons why I appreciate it so much too is because there have been times in Rocket League, especially where there have been players who don't necessarily have that same level of support, and being able to see the complete opposite into effect is, in my opinion, very beautiful. So I just had to give your dad some props there for that too. But I want to zero back in though into some more team environment stuff. You guys have been working together, just trying to improve your craft. Let's kind of, I want to bring in Fireburner here into the aspect here. Like what's it like? Just how does he be able to manage, you know, all you guys? Like there's a lot of talent between you, Com, and Daniel, and you're all kind of like your own players. But what does he do to kind of, you know, make this into a complete package?
I mean, he did a lot, honestly. You know, he keeps the vibes up. He talks about our play styles. Like, I mean, literally literally right after we lost the first regional, he literally said what we should do. Like he just knew right away, and he's just a like when we don't know what oh, sorry, I can't find my words, but when we don't know when something's going wrong, like we just go straight to him, and he knows, and he just helps so much. And like, I mean, literally, like even in scrims, you know, if it, like there's been a lot of times even before we got Daniel, like if we don't know what something, like we got smashed into scrims, when he's not there, we get smashed into scrims, and like it's just like it's just very hard without him. He does a lot, and like outside of the game, he's always just someone to like he's always a great person to go talk to, like about literally anything outside of the game. So he helps like mental a lot, and you know he listens to everything you have to say, and he helps like really like with everything outside of the game. So he's just a great person and great coach overall.
I like that. It's
That's
been
good.
a while. Oh, go ahead, Base.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good to Burner be doing that. But now it's time to get some nitty gritty. Alrighty, so y'all had some success. Y'all had some success. Listen, if you don't feel comfortable answering some of these questions about the action, just say no, and that's perfectly fine. Nobody's gonna judge you. But see, me, I like to know these type of things. So, so you had some success. You finished second in London. You finished
third. I finished third. Yeah.
You finished third. Yeah, you finished third in London. Won a couple regionals last season and finished. Where'd you finish at Worlds?
Fifth or eighth.
Fifth or eighth at Worlds. Fifth or eighth at Worlds. And then y'all started off the season, made the major.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you're at the major. I don't remember a lot of them. And then after that had a iffy winter split. Decided to make a roster change. You went with Calm instead of Torment. Was that like you went with Calm instead of Torment, and when you added Daniel, what were the conversations like when that happened?
Yeah, there's a lot of speculations like why do we not keep Torment and everything such as that. But I think like there's a lot of things actually. Like first of all, I think that Tor was kind of that third man role, and you know why have two like why have two third men on the team basically. I feel like Tor and Daniel kind of play.
Daniel.
yeah, Daniel kind of plays their role in safe play style. And I think that it's just kind of gonna be mixed up right there. And I think Calm's more on the aggressive side. I think that he's kind of an enabler with his demos and everything. So I think it's just mesh much better. I also think like long term, like Calm is like Calm's like really young. He's only 19, and I feel like I'm not saying anything towards like old. I'm not saying towards old or anything like that. I just say Calm's on the younger side for sure, and he still has like so much to learn, so much to play, and everything such as that. So I think that's probably the two biggest reasons why we did that.
Okay. Trying to build something for the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's the play style change. Daniel sits back, Tor sits back, Calm's gonna be up front, messing around, setting you up. Okay, make sense strategically. I'm following the vision. Now when you're picking up Daniel, what are the expectations for this team? Like, is this we trying to win this year? Are we gonna be content if we win this year? But we're not gonna be upset if we don't win this year, or is it just like for the future? Like we trying to set up something where we can win world championships and always content for the next 4 seasons.
I mean, it's for all the above. We're trying to win now. We're trying to win now. We're trying to win. We're trying to win in the future. I mean, like that's what it is. I mean, and there's a lot of like speculations that like if we don't do good, then we're gonna do a roster change. I don't believe so. I think we're gonna be a team for a long time, and I just like it's just for now in the future. Obviously, I feel like we're focused on now. Obviously, we want to win now, but it's just like it's for everything. So yeah.
He said, "Answer choice D, all the above." That's the one that you. Go ahead.
What's a long time?
What's a long time?
I mean, when you say Russ is gonna be together a long time, like just give me a number real quick.
At least 2-3 years.
Okay.
If everything goes well, at least 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
If the ship's straight, if the ship's smooth sailing, these 2-3. I can see
Still
it.
know in 2 years.
I can see it. Where is Beastmode from? I love his southern accent.
That's funny.
I'm not. That's up for Beast answer. I don't answer those questions.
I am from Kentucky, so that's where I'm from.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Okay. And then of course y'all had the bad first regional. There's a lot of question marks. Some people were already saying y'all should be hitting the panic button on this show.
Who was saying that?
On this show. Some people were saying that y'all should be hitting the panic button. Y'all are in trouble. Yada. It's not gonna work out.
Okay, now you're putting words in people's mouth.
And it's not gonna work out. I see people on Twitter saying Daniel's the problem. I got people on First Touch saying Daniel was the problem. SSG, of course, it's not working out over on V1. And of course, it ain't gonna work out over there.
Okay,
like,
I didn't
you just
say
can't
that,
play.
man.
You can't play. And then I got people on Twitter. I got people on Twitter saying Dan Beast Mode is not gonna work. Daniel, he's the biggest bust of all time. Zen's clearly way better. Beast Mode, he doesn't got it. They should have kept Torment. What was the conversation like amongst everybody when the first regional didn't end up going the way y'all wanted to go?
I mean, the first thing we said, just don't go on social media, and you're just gonna see that, and it's gonna get in your head. And I think the first thing I did do was just go on Twitter, because I just like it's just hard not to. I just want to see what everyone's saying. But like, yeah, the first thing we said, just don't go on social media because it's gonna get in our heads, and we're gonna think something different. But the main thing is just don't focus on it. Just forget about it. It's our first regional, and and we knew that what we were doing is not the right play style, and that we just weren't comfortable at all. Like with what we were doing, none of us were comfortable with it. But the main thing is just like don't focus on what people say. I mean, I feel like that's. I mean, sorry to bring it in. I feel like that's kind of what happened with NRG a little bit. Like they kind of focused on like what people said, and it really got to them. And I feel like they just didn't focus on themselves that much. So yeah.
Do you think that playing in GWB earlier than when the regionals were starting, because I think last year was a little bit delayed, but do you think that helped kind of expedite your guys' acclimation with one another?
Yeah, I think it definitely did. I think it also added a little bit more pressure on us because we did so good in the Gamers 8. So,
sure.
But I think I definitely think it helps us. It added more pressure, but also gave us more confidence because we kind of like just it was pretty smooth sailing in the Gamers 8. So, but yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna ask you about your strategical changes that you made from Regional 1 to Regional 2. I don't think Big Burner's gonna like if you start saying what y'all changed, but clearly it worked out. So looking forward, are we talking about the 5 teams that are gonna make the major? I don't know. I had to close out the script. Common noob.
Not specifically, no.
Okay, so if you had to make I'm just gonna ask a quick take, because I mean, of course, we got a big old month break. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that later on. But listen, last question before we get into the rest of the show. If you had to pick 5 teams from NA that are gonna make the major, if you had to pick like today, if people had to play today,
Man, that's just like 10 teams that could make it, dude. I mean, I'm gonna say us, obviously, Complexity, FaZe, Space Station, and Dingy. That's what I'm gonna say. I think Optic is not gonna make it.
G2's out of their base.
Yeah,
I mean, he said some blasphemous stuff on Chalkcast supposedly. he said some interesting stuff about G2 on Chalkcast. I mean, if you want to let the world know, what you said, somebody's asking about Atomic and you said something crazy.
I said, me personally, I think Atomic is one of the most. I think he's one of the easiest person to read in the game. I think, me personally, I think he is. At least, I don't know. I mean,
that's not that crazy of a take.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, on
Look
ball
at Bates.
and
Disgusting.
the air. I mean, it's just from playing them. So yeah, that's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
I think the general population of the general like pros, all pros would say that you and Atomic are kind of some of the most unpredictable players to read in the game. So it would make sense that he would be able to read Atomic. Like Beastmode is unpredictable himself. He's like, all right, I've been doing this. Like I know how this guy plays.
Yeah.
Like, I play like him.
Yeah.
Listen. Take a great player. It's an outlandish take. It's absolutely incredible because there's not a single person that's doing what Atomic's been doing as of late. I don't know if y'all seen a sidewall read coming off the ceiling pre-jump backboard.
I mean,
it's just been nothing. It's been nothing but just pure highlights. He can't win though.
Bates, the lawyer in you should be able to see this as a positive and spin it immediately.
What? The lawyer in me? I don't think that's spinning as a positive.
Listen, I'm gonna teach you something.
Nah, he's trying to get in his head. There's no positive.
No. Let me teach you real quick. Listen to this. He just said that he's the easiest player to read. If that is the case, if you want to take it at merit or not, and Atomic is still doing what he's doing against 99% of the league, it doesn't matter how good you read him, he's still going to stunt on you. That's a positive for Atomic.
Well, listen, well, you're saying that, but he ain't winning right now. So I think that's supposed to be the immediate comeback.
No. G2 ain't winning. He's doing what he can. G2 is not winning.
Yeah, but then they're going to say, this don't matter. If he's that great Bates, he should be winning. Which, listen.
Atomic looked like one of the best players in the world this weekend.
I mean, he always looks like one of the best players in the world. He always does every single weekend. Week in, week out. That's just what he does.
Oh, goodness gracious.
That's just what he does. Anyways, though.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a little inside of mine of Beast Mode. We can't sit here all day and interview him. Anybody else got some dying questions they want to get Beast Mode before we get into the rest of the show?
I got one question.
Go ahead.
We all know everybody kind of has their journey in esports and like where you're kind of attached to a game. What before Rocket League though came out, because there's a long stretch of games or just esports in general. But were you watching anything that kind of gets you into the sphere? Was there any game that you like got into or watched, or any scene that you're a fan of before Rocket League dropped?
I mean, there's a lot of games I was a fan of. I mean, I didn't really watch anything before Rocket League, but I was really into Call of Duty. Like, but I was like super young at the time. I was literally like 8 or 9 playing Call of Duty, but yes, but I was super young. But I honestly, like, what got me into Rocket League was like, I think the first match like I ever watched was like season 5 of Worlds, and I was watching with my brother. I seen Justin hit that 0-second goal live, and it was just crazy. And ever since I just like wanted to be on there and just play on stage and stuff like that. So that's really what got me into Rocket League. Honestly, that season 5, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that is a great way for us to segue in. Speaking of Justin and goals, Justin scored a lot of goals here in the Spring Cup. NRG finished top 4 in the Spring Cup. I want to start with the man who just heavy side right there.
Bro, we can't go a day without speaking on this team.
Let's talk about
before our old goes, I just want to let everybody know. On this show last week, this man
Look, I can't even talk
named
straight.
DeMar Williams said that now energy ain't gonna go nowhere. They about to blow up. Ain't gonna happen. That's all he said. He said they'll never come back. They'll never do good again.
No, that's not what I said.
That was a direct soundbite, yeah.
Nope.
That's not a direct translation. You should have got the clip.
Okay, it's a paraphrase. That's the point.
Well,
It's a
guess what?
paraphrase.
Don't paraphrase. Say what I said.
Oh, what you say then?
No, if you're gonna say what I said, say what I said.
Well, you told me not to paraphrase.
I said that the roster was gonna blow up and somebody's gonna be a content creator at the end of the season.
Yep.
Now, what, do you think I'm switching? You think I switched that? I didn't switch that.
Nah, I just want to say you're a fraud because then you went on here, then you went on here, and then NRG they absolutely balled out. But every NRG fan, if you're an NRG fan in the chat, you make sure to give yourself a pound of back because you stayed, you were loyal. This guy, he wasn't loyal at all. He went flip, flop. NRG should never let him come back ever, and everything else in between. NRG fans, give yourself a clap. DeMar, you don't deserve anything.
Not all of y'all.
All right, now
do not
go
deserve
ahead,
to give
Raul.
yourselves a clap.
Go ahead, Raul.
Nah, NRG fans will not let Dazzler go. I've been seeing the replies. He was getting a lot of slack this weekend. They were
That's
like,
okay.
nah, he's not coming back. Daz, stay where you are. Like, we do not want you no more. Nah, so they not ever gonna let him forget it. But I don't think we ever gonna forget this team. Just the presence they bring to the esport alone. Like, I think that was the biggest W, I think, for Rocket League. Is like they just bring in so many fans. Everybody just wants to see them succeed. And I think what Beastmode said earlier is like the outside perspective. They're so focused on what everybody else is saying about them that it affected their gameplay so much. And you even heard Garrett talk about mentality is everything, and it's all about mental. Justin's been saying it a lot more. Everything is mental, and it's 100% facts. And now I think they got their head on straight. I think this is a one-off. I mean, they're giving you a little taste of what they can do.
So
I don't know if they can keep it up consistently. So NRG fans, take your little W while you have it right now. It's not gonna stay consistent.
You say it was a one-off?
Yeah.
You said they're not gonna do it again?
You remember that? Hold on. You remember that one time you were still on the squad and you that one weekend, the one weekend.
I mean, it was a lot of weekends, but
he was like, my general did it. Next week, down the hill, they was gone. See you later.
Now
It's like a roller coaster.
NRG. Let's get into it because a lot of people they say what they want to say, and a lot of people forget how long I was with NRG while they were losing. That is whatever.
It don't matter because you left.
The point of the matter, yeah, some people leave after every weekend and then they want to come back when they win. But we ain't worried about them. We're worried about
Some
me.
people ain't you over there yapping for
You're
the
right.
past 2 years about
Yeah.
them. So
Now,
yeah,
can I
exactly.
continue to yap, or is this gonna be the Dazzler and T-Bates ad-lib show? So, obviously, after everything that happened, blah 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 blah, NRG gets top 4 finish. I'm not gonna go on a whole soliloquy about NRG. The realistic situation of the matter is NRG did do well. They played, but it felt like they continued to play the same game that they've been playing, and the other teams weren't showing up. I think Complexity played bad. I think Fury have been up and down, and G2 definitely played bad. So it's just like seeing NRG. Yes, NRG definitely deserved this spot. They got this spot, but all those other teams they lost to are in a major run right now, and they're gonna come back the next. Well, we have a month. The biggest thing right now is the month. The month is gonna be the most craziest thing. We're gonna get into that to see if how teams can look, because a lot can change over that amount of time. I will say it's good to be happy for NRG right now that they're winning, but there's no reason to celebrate just yet because the job's not finished. They need to qualify for the major, they need to qualify for the World Championship, and that all comes down to how they perform in the next online event.
I casted them on Friday. Like, this is the same NRG that it looked like 6 months ago. Things have changed. Like, when they played Complexity, when they went all the way to Champions Field, Complexity played some of their sloppiest Rocket League they played in a while. A team that's so high-powered and prolific on offense looked waterlogged for the majority of the series. They were getting beat at the midfield. Again, the counterattack presence of NRG was there. This is something they'd been working on. The defense was good enough to keep them in the games. Their offense for NRG is not potent, but it's there, and that's the point, is that they can win a game off a goal or two alone. But NRG having a good weekend, awesome for the players. It's phenomenal for their mentals. I'm sure that's a big sigh of relief. But there is no way in any world should we be saying or thinking that this team is going to start knocking down the doors of top 3 consistently, or that like they're back, because that's not how it works. Complexity had a bad weekend. G2 had an even worse one. And it's going to take a lot of time before we see if NRG are legitimately making strides, because there's still a lot of questions.
What's your take, Beast Mode?
Yeah, for me, I just personally want to see them succeed. Like I'm honestly an energy fan at this point. Like I don't know why, I just really want to see them succeed. But yeah, watching them, it's just so crazy. Like it just makes so many goal line saves, and it's just so nerve wracking trying to watch them. And it does look like the same energy that I even played like back then when I won the regional against them like a long time ago. It just looks like the same exact energy. So, but yeah, I'm rooting for them, and I'm hoping they make this major. But it's definitely the same energy that I've always seen, I feel like.
All right, let's talk about it. NRG's chances of making the major. How confident do we all feel about NRG making the major? World is
Making the major. Wait, this was a question. No, wait, you're not joking.
no,
That's
no,
100% serious,
it's a
bro.
question. Like we got the spring split points. Can we show the points for the spring split, please?
Oh, this is not.
Look, there it is. Look, it's at the bottom.
That where they belong. All right, they're staying there. They're not climbing any more than that. I wish there was. You could take the 0 from number 10, Shopify Rebellion, because that's the chance. It's 0%. I don't have faith.
Okay. Spaceman?
Higher than you'd expect, but I don't see them overtaking Genji as Genji try to get their feet back. And I mean, look, you're asking them to beat FaZe or Complexity or V1. I think their best chances really here are against, like, if they can get a bad weekend out of SSG and then maybe stun lock them into a bad series, sure. But that's about it, because again, you're relying on another weekend of Genji falling, G2 falling, Complexity falling, FaZe falling. We started into Saturday with like our top 4 teams in the lower bracket. Like that's not, I don't think that's going to happen again. And say what you want about FaZe early on in tournaments, they recognize what's happening, and they're going to come into the next one and they're going to be just fine, and they're going to be on the winner side of the bracket going into Saturday. So I don't see, I want Energy to make it. I think that'd be great for Stories and the guys, but I don't see it happen.
What do you think, B-Smoke?
I mean, short answer, no, I don't think they will. I mean, like, I think first round next regional, they play Fury, and that's a really hard matchup. Well, even though they beat them, I feel like that's a hard matchup, and it's just Fury is like one of those teams that can be really good at any moment. So, and there's just so many good teams that they just have to be, and they have to like count on teams doing bad as well. And it's just what ifs. There's so many what ifs. So I don't think they will now.
Bates?
What's Genji Dazzler going to go with?
I'm saying 50%. 50% chance.
50% on the fence, Demar.
50% chance.
You take him serious. I'm going to take him serious.
Who do you,
He's
so who do you
such a
think they-
troll. He's
who do you
such
think
a
they're gonna
troll,
knock out?
bro.
Or
No,
not?
Where
it's
do you
not a-
come up
it's
with
not
the
a troll.
50%? Where's
It's
the
not-
Who do you think they-
50%
who do you
at?
The
think they're knocking off?
50% is the fact that we have a month break. That is the 50%. If we didn't have a month break and we were playing in the regional like 2 weeks from
I
now,
think it's worse for them.
I would say no.
He said,
They had a
I
month
think
break
it's
for a
worse we have a
year.
break.
Like it's
I
not
don't think
gonna
it's
change.
worse. I think it depends, because I think it's for everybody else. I think that like if you go just based on how it is, roll. You had a 9th through 12th finish. You guys came 2 weeks later and got to the grand finals. Teams know how to make an improvement in a short amount of span of time. But when you sit on a long span of time in a situation that is it's pretty much high pressure for everybody. Everybody does have to show up here. So there's gonna be that nervousness that comes into playing initially when you guys step on the field on Friday, versus like having an actual like amount of time to like prep and like get that out and just go. You know what I mean?
I think
wait,
that
hold
nervous-
on.
Wait, bro, hold on.
Hold on. Let me
You're
change
right.
the question then. 'Cause
Wait. Let me just say this. You're
Go ahead.
right. You're right in theory, but in this situation, no, because FaZe making small adjustments over a month break, sure. Complexity and Genji, this is their time to make adjustments. NRG's had a month-long break. since fall major of last year. Like, they have not made the adjustments, okay? I was there on Friday at Winter when they got knocked out. It has been the same team. It's been 1 month.
Okay, you know what?
Times 10. It's not going to change.
That's
okay?
something
So, like,
I did not consider.
Complexity Genji, 100%. Like, they're going to make the adjustments, and that's the scary thing for NRG. They're not going to change. The competition will. But this month is not going to help them.
That's something I didn't consider. I'll say no. He's not
on offense anymore. No 50-50.
He went from 50. He went from 50% to 0. That quick. Oh wow!
Really got it like that, huh?
He got me from 50% to 0.
Okay, listen,
I mean, I have my reasoning, so I want to be able to like talk about it. But that's definitely
I just
a
want to
solid
give you
point,
perspective.
though.
That's all.
Go ahead. Go with your reasoning. Go with your reasoning.
I think you're right.
Why'd you throw out that number 50?
That was my reasoning. It was just because it's not. The thing for me is, you're right. NRG stagnant. It's more so on other teams, and like if they play nervous
100%.
or not when it comes down to like an actual like tough situation in making the major. Because ideally, no one, if we're just going by how we see things on paper, no one should be. All 4 of those teams should not be in that lower round 2 that we had in the last event. So it's just like people have bad starts. They don't know how to fix things and get back together. But how do they do it when they have extended time? Like, I feel like that really makes or breaks a lot of things here, which kind of leaves a bit of a question mark, because you have to go on a team by team basis. And see,
is he saying we?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
I don't know, because when did I say we?
Spitting.
I don't know, but I'm just saying you have to go on a team by team basis to see how teams were with extended amounts of time. And then work on and just kind of figure out that, like Beastmode, for example. When did you guys start working with Daniel?
I mean, start working with him like basically when the major was starting, like when the San Diego was starting.
Yeah, so they had a month. They had a couple off-season tournaments. In their first tournament, they came out. They didn't necessarily have the best performance, even though everybody expected them to, but they didn't. So it's just like sometimes when you have that long time, it might not be more beneficial than just getting back into it and continuing like the matches and
100%. Keep the hot streak going when you're relevant.
Yeah. But
Like
Sean,
in the moment.
Sean made a great point. So that's why I was just like, okay, yeah, I can understand that. There's a lot of competition, so I feel it. What about
I
you,
think if
Bates?
this was before, yeah.
Does NRG, how confident in NRG making the major? Man, I'm just have to roll against every single one of y'all. Okay, the general NRG's gonna be the major. NRG's gonna be the major, and I'll tell you why.
You don't have to.
I'll tell you why. It's about storylines. It's about storylines. We all know that this is NRG's last hurrah. They're not gonna be a team by the end of this season. They're gonna want to go out on style. Did you see the NRG? You saw them. They were pre-jumping each other. They had Nick Costello looking lost in the back of the line. Garrett G's pre-jumping passes from Justin. I've never seen that before. Dude, with the extra month of preparation, the extra month of game planning, the script is 100% real. There's a reason that these boys are just now starting to pick it up. They stopped looking into all the hate and they're figuring out the mental. And did you see the way Garrett was moving around? Garrett was moving around like the best ball chaser in the world this past weekend, and I believe it's not going anywhere. I think Justin's gonna hold down the back line. I just need to see a little more out of Squishy. Squishy, give me a little bit more. I need to see a couple more of them 700-point games. A couple more of them flashbacks.
He played pretty great outside of like a couple.
He played okay. He played okay. Not great. I'm not going to give him great. He played okay.
Great.
Nope, not great. Not great in my eyes. Great is making a major. He needs to play great to make the major, and I think they can get up that. I think Garrett and Justin are still two great talents. Still two great players. I thought Garrett played amazing. I thought that they had it figured out, and I think they're gonna have the confidence. Gonna go up against Furia? No chance. That's a 4-0. I'm playing. It's not a 4-0. It's a 4-3. They're gonna beat him in 7.
So you think the script was for them to not make majors and basically lose up until this point and then turn around because they're quirky? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
I did not expect him to say that.
He just talks too much. He just talks too much. He just talks too much.
Say that much.
He didn't.
Soliloquy. Spaceman just said 5 words and you shut up.
Yeah, because I'm just mind blown how the brain works. Like how'd you get to that? How'd you get to that?
Because basically, like, I can get on board with you saying like we're gonna go on the delusional train and be like, all right,
is delusional
major gonna be.
Time out.
Listen,
you tell me this, Spaceman. Answer this question.
Okay.
Answer this question. It would have been delusional to pick NRG finish the top 4 this past regional, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
one-offs do happen, Bates.
Oh,
Absolutely.
So okay, so
Yeah, it was delusional to think they would go in and the top 4 best teams in NA would start in lower bracket on Saturday. Yes, that would be delusional to think that. Yeah.
I didn't talk about all that. I was talking about energy.
Yeah,
energy still
so
have to go
it
to
would
the
be
lower bracket.
Yes, exactly. So I'm agreeing with you. It would be delusional to think that NA top 4 would do that, and then Energy would make a top 4 run. It would also be delusional to extend that and think that they're going to somehow rally this into a major qualification spot.
Interesting. So you don't think they have a chance of being Furia?
I think they can beat Furia. They got to
Okay,
beat
so they
SSG
beat Furia,
and others.
and then after they beat Furia, they go up against that guy's team. That guy?
Oh,
that guy?
FaZe?
That guy?
You're telling me with FaZe, with everything on the line, you think you've seen Roldiz on stage at majors? You see that look in that dude's eyes? You think he's gonna let FaZe lose to the general? Are you kidding me?
The general.
Yeah,
Wait, hold on. You know how much added
I'm on your side here, Roldiz, by the way.
motivation it brings me to play up against that team. I got
Yeah.
everybody in chat say this is a hater. I am, but I like you gotta understand. There's
feel
levels
like
to this.
North America played the top 4 North American teams outside of like V1, obviously. The top 4 had played some of their most inconsistent Rocket League last weekend. So Energy making a run was the perfect time for them to make a run, but you're asking for a statistical anomaly to happen again, and I do not see that happening.
Hey, Spaceman.
Interesting indeed. All I saw is that that Energy went up against FaZe, and I saw FaZe win 3 of their 4 W's in that series. They scored in the last 10 seconds. That's all I gotta say. Change that around. Extra month of preparation. Those 3 goals don't happen.
Extra month of
NRG,
preparation.
Wait, so who do you think they're
NRG,
beating?
huh?
Well, like, genuine question. Okay, so if you think Energy is going to make it, who do you see them beating to get there?
They go roll through Furia. They go send Jorby packing on day 1. Jorby gonna be crying. It's gonna be unfortunate for Jorby.
I'll give you the Fury, even though they're a Friday team.
Okay.
I'll give you Furia.
Okay, and then after that, the General. I know they're not sponsored by the General anymore, but I'm calling them the General because that's just a name that's been associated with them, in large part due to the dude who's all the way on the right side of the screen. So, yeah, give me over Furia, and then they're gonna go up against FaZe. And FaZe, listen,
They're not beating
Nick
FaZe.
loves Garrett. Nick loves Garrett. He's going to want to see him at the major. And he's going to want to see him at the major. And on top of that, FaZe is going to be confident to go in the lower bracket. They're going to beat FaZe as well. They're going to move on then.
So you're saying we're going to sell just so that Energy makes it?
No, you're not going to sell. You're just going to get beat.
Insane.
Turbo has a better chance of unretiring and jumping on the field than FaZe do of losing to NRG with major qualifications.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see in a month. We'll see in a month.
like
Because if they beat FaZe
happening.
right there, then of course they might go up against G2 or V1. I think they lose that series.
And they're going to get...
Oh, so when you mention G2, then they lose. They just beat them.
No. I'm not sure if G2 is going to be able to beat V1. So you'll probably be playing V1. And they play
You don't think G2 is going to be able to beat V1? Duh.
What do you mean, duh?
Have you seen V1?
I mean, yeah, they won 1 tournament. Congratulations.
V1's going to taxidermy half the league. Like...
Taxidermy. Well, hold on, listen. As long as you got atomic, you always got a chance. You always,
It's going to be it's a 1v3.
It's not a 1v3. That's
low
disrespectful
chance.
that's disrespectful to the
No.
J-Naps.
I love me some J-Naps. One of the nicest people on the planet, one of the best players on the planet. But to say that G2 are going to stand a chance against V1, like, you're going to ask David versus Goliath, but David has no arms or legs. Like, that's not going to happen, bro.
Maybe. I don't know. I think G2's got outside chance looking in. But V1, they might beat them. So then if it's V1 versus NRG, I'm not confident NRG against V1. But if it's NRG versus G2, NRG has a chance. NRG has a chance.
Bro, sacrificing G2 for NRG at this major.
No, I'm not. I didn't say that. Did I say
That's
that?
how it's going to go.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
because you didn't have Energy in your top 5 to make the major. So now you got to replace somebody because you think they're going to make it.
No, they're in there now. That means other teams can't make it. You'll see.
Yeah, but that means G2 can't make it.
We'll be seeing NRG in Boston. Listen, and I guarantee you, once NRG makes Boston, them ticket sales are going right up. And listen, I don't blame them. I
don't blame them either. Because that's going to be the last time they see that team play at Atlanta together.
Chat, give me. I want to see what the consensus is. Does the NRG make the major? If you believe in the bait storyline, put 1s. If you don't, put 2s.
Bro's asking the one place where it's going to be like, yes.
I want to see. I want to see. You're all haters. I see too many 2s already. I'm turning up the chat. I don't need to look at it no more.
There's a lot of 2s.
I don't need to look at it. None of y'all know None of y'all know ball. None of y'all know ball. This should have been a unanimous 1s. This should have been unanimous. Move on to the next stage. Y'all all
You know
right?
it's bad when the mods are even saying too.
Oh man, so it's the Wild Wild West in North America and a Spring Open finalists both lose in round 2 as we take a look at the final Spring Cup bracket. Ben, speed it up. Thank you. This is how we predicted it. This is not how it ended. Oh wait, is this how it ended? No, this isn't how it ended. Oh wait, did we get the finals? Oh my god, we did get the finals. What
You got
the?
something right.
Wait, this is how you guys predicted it?
Yeah.
Wait, how does this even make sense?
You guys
Where
predicted
does-
everything.
How does complexity up top and then version 1 pops out of nowhere?
We had,
Oh wait,
I can
I'm
tell
tweaking.
it's, I can tell it's a
tweaking.
screenshot because
Right
it
there.
has FaZe winning. Because we had FaZe winning, but then obviously FaZe didn't win. So that's how I know.
Yeah,
But-
this is us.
This is wow. Okay, we got some great minds here. We can take a look. There's
Wait,
a lower
does
bracket.
that mean FT's 2 for 2 on grand finals?
All right, no
Yeah.
shot with
Wait.
Energy being G2. Now, this the real bracket, bro. No
Yeah.
way. No way.
Yeah, we had Energy being G2. We had Fury. Look, there's Fury there. Fury clearly didn't get there. So
What? No, we didn't.
Wait,
we didn't
wait.
predict this.
We're 2 for 2.
Nah, there's no way. This is the real bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Wait,
yeah.
is this
That
a
looked
real
way
bracket?
too specific. That looked
Yeah.
way too accurate. Now I was
Yeah,
like, nah.
wait, let me go on Twitter. I gotta fact
You
check
didn't,
this.
bro. You're not a prophet, bro.
Oh, first of all,
there's no way you
we-
predicted Gen G to beat or to lose to Rebellion. There's no way, bro. There's no way that happened.
Yeah, this isn't our bracket. My bad.
Oh yeah. He just had to be. He had to see the Gen G loss, bro. That's what it had to be. That's what it took.
Yeah,
It
I had
didn't
to see-
take.
I had to see Gen G there.
It didn't take the rest of it. It didn't take the rest of it. It was
We
the fact that it was
predicted the
100%
Gen G
accurate.
regain.
It was
That's what it
100
was. We predicted the Gen G regain. We thought they were gonna go 2 for 2.
Oh yeah. We didn't have a 100% accurate bracket. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Wait, you thought Gen G was making the finals?
Why is he like laughing and like talking down about the bracket? He voted on the bracket. You were here, Goofy. It was
No, I'm
it
not
was
talking
3 of
about that.
us and then 2 other people.
No,
It's
I
like,
know
it
that.
was Johnny and Rise and Stumpy and you.
I know I voted on it.
So what
I
are you
was just saying.
talking
I
about?
was just saying. You were so quick to say, yeah, this bracket 100%, and this man was defending it. He was gonna defend it, but then Raul said Gen G. I was like, oh yeah, no way, yeah, it's not ours no more.
This is not our bracket.
I didn't know. I was just like looking at it because I saw our like logo and stuff and the FaZe at the top because it had FaZe winning, but FaZe didn't win. So that's the only thing I saw that like did it for me. But either way, that was the bracket. And yeah, it's crazy right now in NA. The next question is, can G2 make a comeback to Boston? G2 needs a regional win to clinch the major. Let's talk scenarios here real quick. Let's talk scenarios. You know, it's been a while since I've done this. I'm a little rusty, so you got to bear with me. Sheesh! Okay, we got the points here. As you can see, the gold means the teams won. Complexity did well. V1 did well. They're sitting there tied at 34 points, but I know you guys want to see specifics. So let's start with Complexity. Complexity, 4 for better. All they got to do is get a top 4. If they go through the upper bracket, they should be fine. They can get a tiebreaker if they finish 5th or 6th. As you can see, I'm not going through all this. Just take a screenshot. There's a lot. There's even more.
Shout out D-Rec.
There's a chance that they can make it if all this stuff happens. Tiebreaker possible with V1 and for the 13th and 16th. It comes down to where V1 finish 13th. Anyways, version 1, beast mode. This is what you need to do to make the major. Just get top 4, bro. Get top 4.
Congrats
Or-
on making the major, by the way.
You get a tiebreaker with 5th or 6th. So just have a good upper bracket. Or you basically are in the same position as Complexity. That's pretty simple. We don't need to go through that twice. SSG. They clinch a major with a 4 for better too. They don't get a tiebreaker though if they get 5th and 6th. If they get 5th and 6th, they need 5 of these things to happen, which is Complexity, V1, V1 Complexity finishing 7th or 8th, Optic Phase finishing 4th or worse, or Optic finishing 5th or worse, Gen G finishing 4th or worse, Fury finishing 3rd or worse, G2 finishing 3rd or worse, Energy not winning, Rebellion not winning. Kind of still a realistic situation for SSG if they can get to the top 6 spot. But of course, there's 10 teams in this bracket that have a chance of qualifying for major. So there's a lot of competition there. So Optic, Same situation. Basically, the exact same situation. Nothing really different here to look at. If you guys want to see, again, the tiebreaker situation for SSG down at the bottom with the 13th through 16th. And now also will become a 9 or more if SSG also finishes that long. So, we'll go to FaZe Clan. Raul, finish top 3, bro.
Let me see it.
Top 3 finish. Boom. Clutches major with 4th and 5 or more of these things happening. Pretty much, again, same situations here as SSG and Optic, except no like tiebreaker scenario. If you guys do very poorly, then you're gonna need a lot of help. This is a lot of help if you guys like bottom out, which I don't think you will, but just in case you need to know. Kind of still all like some realistic possibilities. If you finish 9th or 12th like you did in Regional 1, you're just gonna need, let's see, you need 9 or more. Are there even 9 things there? Oh, yeah, there are. Okay, I had to do quick math. So, yeah, don't do that. GG Mobile 1 Racing. Same situation as FaZe Clan. Nothing too different here. I'll go through them all in case some people need to, like, you know, do the thing where they take screenshots and stuff, but nothing too crazy in that aspect as well. Furia, though, a little different. As you can see, they need to do 2nd or better. If they finish 3rd, top 3, they could have a run of the century. If they finish 3rd, they're going to need 5 or more of these things. These are actually kind of wild, though. You talk about Complexity finishing 9th through 12th, V1 finishing 9th through 12th, SSG finishing 9th through 12th, Optic finishing 7th and 8th, FaZe finishing 5th and 6th, Gen.G finishing 5th and 6th, G2 finishing 4th or worse, NRG and Rebellion all in the same spot. So, like, ideally, you know, at least this brick, you got 2 there. Let's see, some of these, yeah, some of these, you know, it just depends. So that's kind of Furia's situation. They're eliminated if they finish 9th through 12th. If Furia finish 9th through 12th, they are just simply out. So that's something else to pay attention to. G2 is almost in the same situation, except G2 is in a worse situation, actually. G2 have to win to clinch.
What happened?
Wow.
They have to win the clinch. If they get 2nd, they need help. And again, some of these are kind of realistic. You know, some teams not winning. Wait, why does it say G2 not winning on G2's thing? D-Rec, we may need to edit this. But teams kind of not winning, bottom out. One thing, though, that should be noted here on this page, out of all of this, is what I'm going to reveal to you right now. Eliminated. My chair's blocking it. Nope, this one. Eliminated with a finish of 7th and 8th or worse. G2 have to perform better than top 8 to have a chance. Which is wild.
Yeah, it is wild.
That's wild. NRG in the same boat. Need to win. Eliminated with a finish of 7th and 8th or worse. I can't really, hold on, maybe if I can like zoom this in a little bit. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, there we go. 7th and 8th or worse. NRG's out as well. So they need a top 8 as well. Obviously, there's a tiebreaker if they finish 5th and 6th, and a bunch of other results happen. They could clinch with 4th and 9 or more, 3rd and 5 or more, or 2nd and 5 or more. Oh, this is glitchy. So this is the NRG situation here on the board. Again, have to win if they want to make it easy, which is saying something. And then there's a couple other teams, Rebellion. We're going to kind of breeze through this. Rebellion need to win. If they don't and they finish 2nd or 3rd, there's a lot. They have to get top 5, though. That's the biggest thing for them. If they want to have a chance, top 5 or better. No, not even top 5. They have to finish 4th or better and have some help. Dignitas. This one's actually pretty small, pretty simple. They have to finish 2nd or better, and then they still need help. So, yeah, yeah. Same for Koi. Koi are in the same boat. I believe they are tied for points. So Koi in the same boat. M80 is going to be in the same boat too. And then I believe Sup need to win. If they don't win, they're out. And then they also need help too. So those are major scenarios. Hope you enjoyed Data with Dads. Sponsored by no one.
Sponsored by no one.
I got you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How are we feeling on those major scenarios, gentlemen?
Leaning back. He knows he's going to the major. GG's, brother.
One of that's light.
One of them. NRG and G2 will both be at the major.
That is a crazy
Both of
take.
them? That's a wild.
Wait.
I think they have a
I
very
need to
good shot
pull
of
up
making
the-
like top
who's
6,
your-
and then
who's
they
your-
need 5 things to happen.
Top six.
Yeah. Wait, who's your top 5 then, P-Bates?
I can tell you that. Can't tell you that for another month. That's two of the 5 names. that's two of the 5 names. They're
That's
both
some
making it.
bracket magic.
They're both making it. I'm so confident. I'm so confident in a G2 masterclass. They're gonna need one.
So
They're gonna need it to be.
G2
They're gonna need it to be Beast and Dan. I'm a little worried about Beast and Dan. They're kind of in the way.
G2 energy.
They're
who's
kind
the other three?
of in the
Probably
way.
have- let's see. If I could guess, he probably has.
Who's your other 3 Bates?
Like I said, you'll have to learn about that on whenever that show is before that regional. Let's see. That will be on June
Oh, you're gonna-
14th.
Okay.
June 14th, you'll learn who my 5 teams are. Until then, people are just going to speculate. But I gave you 2 of the 5.
No, thanks
Yeah,
for the
people-
clap, chat.
2 of the 5.
I mean, we know one of them's V1, so we just knocked that out right now.
All right, yeah, there's 3.
So there's 2 left.
Oh, well.
He's getting found out.
yeah,
And we'll just do some math here.
Yeah, you got 2 more.
Speaking of the month,
Complexity and Gen G.
let's talk about the
He's
month.
knocking us out.
Which teams will benefit the most from the extended break? Again, this was something we've been kind of alluding to. NA Spring Invitational is scheduled for June 16th. If you want to mark your calendars. 1, 2, wait, I got to move the calendar down. Dang. 3 weeks from now and 2 days until Rocket League continues in North America.
Mhm.
I want to start with Beastmode first. Beastmode, you play against a lot of these players. You have probably the best insight here next to Raul. What do you think about this month break? Who do you see really benefiting from it?
I could see. I mean, everyone could benefit, or it could hurt some teams. Because like everyone's getting a break at the end of the day. So I think like since Complexity and Gen G didn't do that good, they're gonna take some time and learn what they did wrong, which could hurt some teams like Energy, like Fury, like a team like that. So I think it can definitely help some teams, but definitely gonna hurt some teams at the same time. So yeah.
Let me ask for like a little bit of expanding on that. Can you, in terms of like helping teams, is it because they'll spend more time on the game and then they'll try to like, you know, improve over that month long break, or is it something else?
I think it's definitely that, but I think it's just like a lot more things. I think just like more time of watching over replays, scrimming, and just relaxing for a bit. You know, just like I feel like when you do have a month off, like that relaxing and just taking a break does help a lot. And but I think grinding a game for a longer period of time does help a lot. But I think it's definitely the taking a break kind of part.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Let's go to Sean. What are you thinking about this?
I think Gen G. I think this is their big month off. There's a lot of pressure on them right now, and I know the players have been pretty vocal about it on social media, which I think is a good thing. I'm always a fan of kind of like outspoken accountability. I like that they're realizing that, you know, they were not that they were coasting, but they recognized they were the best team in the region for a while, and then FaZe were on their heels, and then it was basically them too. Complexity start to catch up, and now you got V1, right? So I think Gen G recognized that they're no longer just sitting pretty as top 3 favorites, and they've had a pretty underperforming split so far. This is going to be a very good month for them. I think they're going to fix a lot of the fundamental mistakes. They're going to fix a lot of maybe the comms that have been going wrong. I think this is of all the teams to have a good month off, I think Gen G are going to be very successful when it comes to the third split.
Yeah, I would say I agree in that aspect. Could just come from
You
like
agree?
knowing GG. Yeah, I would go GG on that one. What's so funny? What y'all laughing at? Like, I know my team. we got some jokesters in here. All right. You know what? Go ahead, Raul. Go ahead, man.
Nah, I'm gonna let this marinate for a little bit.
Go ahead, you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I think let's just keep it, simple. We don't got that
Bro
much
is
time in the
not
show.
sitting on the fence today. He said, I like that.
We're not on the fence for this one.
A little 60-40 on this
Yeah,
one.
you can't sit on the fence for this one. Mo Warren gonna call him up.
Why am I not getting paid? What's happening?
Can't play both sides this time.
Look, you know, I just know what they're gonna put in. That's all. Not surprised by that. Not surprised. By that.
I think Gen G is definitely the answer here, but if you're gonna go with their partner, I'm gonna say complexity as well. I think I saw CRR talking on the Twitter sphere talking about how he's been taking what is it? He's been taking this for granted, the position he's in. So he's gonna bounce back with a fire, and that kid's always been dangerous since he's joined this team. They've just propelled forward. So yeah, I think complexity is the other shout.
Interesting takes from the panel. For those of y'all who don't know, the reason there's a month break is because the CRL World Championship happens next, not this weekend, but the weekend after that, the weekend of June 2nd.
Next weekend.
June 2nd to the 4th. So since the CRL World Championship has happened, NA Regional had to be moved back. EU will still be happening this weekend, and then the weekend of the 9th through the 10th. Just to let y'all know as to why there is a month break in between both regionals. To answer the question, though, I think it's not beneficial for complexity. I don't think it's beneficial for Gen G, and I don't think it's beneficial for FaZe either. I think it's not, and here's why I say that, because I think both of those three teams, all three of those teams have, like, as Spaceman was talking about it, were just a little bit better throughout the whole entire year, if not. And then this is gonna give a whole month break for teams who are close-ish to them to then catch up. And those teams might improve, but even if those teams do improve, the other teams have a bigger, like, they have more variancy. I think it's beneficial for V1 because V1 is a new team. It's gonna give them even more time to gel, more scrims, more everything else in between. If V1 was already a team for the past, like, 6 months, I would say no. But I'd say both of those three teams. I mean, all those three teams. But, yeah, so V1 is one of them. I think it's also beneficial for G2. G2 is beneficial because they are really, really talented, but they just don't seem to know how to win no more. So I think it's very beneficial for them to have that month and just, like, figure that out. And then last but not least, it would be NRG as well. I think they also figured out something, and they're really, really close to maximizing. I thought they figured out a couple things this previous weekend. They would have been great, but so I think it's those three teams that benefits the most, and the other three it doesn't.
Yeah, I realized I didn't even answer the question. I think G2 is going to benefit the most, in my opinion. I think they can benefit the most.
Yeah.
I think they have a lot of talent. Me personally.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree with the G2 thing. I think the only thing is a lot of teams have a tough time translating scrims into tournament day. That's the only thing that's, like, could be a little iffy between all that. So I mean, we'll see. I'm really, I don't know. It's just we're not seeing that much from them because we're not seeing tournaments. It's just gonna be like a lot of scrims and stuff, except for I believe Hercules' tournament tomorrow, or 10K Invitational. That'll be good to watch because we'll see how teams are kind of, like, looking, but we won't have I don't think we have that much going on until the next event. So yeah, we'll just have to take what we could get and go with it. Will be a very interesting invitational, though, spring invitational on June 16th. But also for you guys, like T-Base has said, CRL Worlds is going on, so use !CRL in the chat if you want to get tickets, because that is going to be definitely some fun competition. We'll be there. Me and Bates will. So some cool Rocket League action in DreamHack Dallas. Let's move on, though, to Rule Toss. What happened in MENA? Rule 1, they had everything in their hands going into the Spring Cup, but they ended up finishing 3rd, and Falcons are back in the race to Boston. Big win here, Sean, for the Falcons, as they take matters into their own hands this event.
Huge win for Falcons, and I think, again, this is credit to the strength of the MENA region overall. You're looking at Falcons with 157 points versus Rule 1's 133, and quickly behind Twisted Minds, who start to make their jump up. And Twisted Minds, of course, made their run through the lower bracket, started in the quarterfinals down there. They take out Geeky Esports, Infinity, then they go to Rule 1. They sweep Rule 1, by the way, 4-0 in the lower bracket final, which is huge for Twisted Minds. So this is a region that's starting to find their three-headed hydras, right? But for Falcons, Falcons, I think this is credit to the strength of the longevity of the roster, right? Like TRK, again, one of the best players in the world. How Khaled and Ahmad have really stepped up their gameplay, and Ahmad on land, of course, is Ahmad on land. We know what he does. I think this is just Falcons finding that late style magic they had back last year around spring major time. This is a team that gets better the more they play, specifically longevity wise in a year, and they've made a lot of nice adjustments to maybe their pressure on offense that we hadn't seen for a while, because when it came to international play, the team did look a little bit timid. They looked like they were maybe second guessing a lot of their rotations on offense or how they wanted to really disseminate possession of the ball. It seems that they're getting back to the old form of the Falcons that we knew and trusted, of incredible mechanics, but also just wicked smart on the passes and the infield pressure, utilizing their spacing appropriately. This is the Falcons we're used to. They look really good, and they're beating really good teams in their region. They're beating top threes, and they're doing it with pretty interesting style. Again, they went to Game 7 against Rule 1 in the upper bracket final. They win the grand finals 4-1 against Twisted Minds, who they prior beat in a sweep in the upper bracket semis in the same tournament. So this is, again, a region that has 3 top dogs right now. Falcons coming out and peaking at the right time. Very, very awesome. For Rule 1, a lot of questions, but Falcons look great.
On that goal that was just scored by Ahmed Fears, watch party was so funny. He didn't talk. He said, "Yeah, I think we're gonna win." And then he just sat there and didn't say anything. It was absolutely hilarious. Falcons. It's good that they're back in the race. I think the race for MENA is gonna be really, really entertaining. Beast, we ain't gonna have you on. We ain't gonna have you on, of course, when this regional happens. So who you think's gonna make it out there? Is it gonna be Rule 1 Falcons or Twisted Minds even?
Who's first in points right now? You guys know?
That's Rule 1 at
Falcons.
44, Falcons
Oh,
at,
you're talking about the spring-wise. Okay.
at 41, and then Twisted Minds at 40.
Okay. Me personally, I do want Rule 1 to make it. I just want to see what they can do on land. And I feel like it's gonna be very, very interesting to make it, or very interesting to see what they do on land. But for me, I think Rule 1's gonna take it and go home.
Rule 1's gonna take it. Yeah, I like that lock-in. I like that lock-in on Rule 1. And Civic will be very pleased.
Ro, what are your thoughts heading into Spring Invitational in MENA?
I think 2 weeks ago, I predicted Falcons. So to see the slip up from Rule 1, it's kind of going to my plan. I knew this was gonna happen all along, you know.
No, you didn't. You sound like LeBron James. Stop
Okay,
rubbing your
LeBron.
hands.
Got the inside information. So I think next regional, you know, Falcons, they gonna do what they intended to do all along. The inside sources, you know, the ones that wrote the script over there, they told me all about it, and Falcons are gonna be at the major. So
This dude did his biggest LeBron impression. Yeah, I knew Falcons would bounce back. You know, we looked at the script, we looked at all the tape, and I know a lot of y'all really thought that Rule 1 was in front right now, but we was in the scrims with them, so we ended up seeing what Falcons was gonna do. So we knew how coming out. Y'all had y'all takes, but I knew how that was gonna go. So I mean, when it comes down to the Spring Invitational, Falcons are just gonna take it, but y'all will wait to see. Y'all are kind of behind right now.
You gotta be worried about Twisted Minds, man. Like Rule 1's got more to worry about than Falcons at this point. Senzo is a dog. That Twisted Minds roster, they could be chopping at the door first very quickly.
I like Beast's take on how he wants to see Rule 1 to land. I think I would want to see what they could do, because at the moment Falcons seems like they're kind of like leveling out at lands, like they could potentially push the mantle, but Rule 1, nobody knows, and just to make the World Championship as competitive as possible, I think Rule 1 really benefit from playing in Boston more so than Falcons.
Yeah,
It's just true. So I like that. I don't know who's gonna make it though, but at least at the moment, I gotta go and look at the tape, see how that game. I gotta go watch that series back. But I like that. I like that Rule 1 land experience. That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah.
I agree. But a good consolation for Falcons is that they did clinch the World Championship. Let's talk about clinch just real quick. We're going to cover this topic before we move on to Europe, where, of course, Limitless and Falcons clinched Dusseldorf. 4 teams right now have clinched Worlds. Army Corp, Gen G. Oh, wait. I said 3 teams. I said 3 teams that held up 4. Either way, it's more than that. Anyways, it's 5. K Corp, Gen G, FaZe, Falcons, and Limitless all clinching the RLCS World Championship in Dusseldorf. Does this mean they made the main event? No, it does not. I think the only team. No, I think yeah. I can't even guarantee main event. All we know is that they have clinched worlds, and they'll be playing at the very least in the wild card stage, barring their worst results. Let's say they all fall off. At the very least, you get those wild card performances, Spaceman.
Yeah, that's the safety blanket for a lot of teams is the wild card. And look, that's also a great opportunity for the regions that have not had as much international competition or experience to get their reps in quickly. But really no surprise here for looking at the sub-Saharan African teams. Like you're looking at Limitless, they've essentially gotten first place in every single tournament outside of regional number 3 of winter, where they got, obviously they came in second, lost in game 7, but they're beating everybody in the ACGL grinds. They're beating people in the regionals. The only really teams that maybe come close are the Orlando Pirates, which we've known their extensive history in Rocket League. That's about it. For everybody else as well, like you're looking at teams that the pressure's off currently. You're worried about main event, sure, but the pressure to make worlds gives you time to now just focus on cleaning up your game and fixing your fundamentals and getting ready for the round trip around the track to getting to worlds. Like this is a big relief for a lot of squads, and it's awesome that we get more representation on the biggest stage because Germany's going to be a fun event. So it's nice to see that Limitless secure their spot, Genji as well. It's a good time.
It is a good time. Let's talk about Europe here. Let's shift over. It's because I see Direct here in our first touch chat saying likely 2 more teams clinch worlds this weekend. I don't know if he's talking about Europe specific, but I think he is. He said main event clinches most likely start at the Invitational. They'll probably only Karmi Corp. So there's plenty of time here. This is going to be our Spring Cup first round matchups here for Europe. The biggest thing that happened over the course of last weekend for Europe is Hogan Mo missed out. They went 5 games in the close qual, and you see Monkeys at the bottom with that first round up against BDS, and Monkeys ended up taking Hogan Mode's place because they knocked them out in the deciding matchup.
Bro.
Yeah.
Y'all hurt by SK not making it.
Yeah.
F's in the chat for Hogan Mode. It's just tough. It's just tough. EU depth too strong. EU better than NA. Hogan Mode will win the whole entire region on NA. That's what all the Europeans are saying. It'd just be free. It'd be a free W. It'd be a free W. EU depth. That's clearly like their close qualifiers are just so stiff. They have so much competition in there. Hogan Mode, they gotta fight so hard to get through that. Yeah.
Wait, so they boarded onto your train, Bates?
What happened?
They boarded onto your train where you're the conductor? Delusion.
Train?
Oh, no.
They not winning nothing over here, bro.
Got him.
Delusion.
Delusion.
Whoa, bro.
If we're using last weekend as the litmus test, they might have won it quite a bit, but in general, probably not, no.
We need a
It's like
segment called
NRG, the
Delusion.
one-off.
Last weekend was pretty, but for everybody else, no.
That laugh is insane. Which side of the bracket is the least path resistance? 4 of 5.
That's an easy answer.
4 of the big 5 teams are all on the bottom half of the bracket. If you're wondering what we're talking about, we have Liquid. We have Liquid, Moist, Vitality, BDS, all on one side. Karmi Corp is on the other side of the bracket. Notable teams on the other side of that bracket are PSG Tundra, SA, if you're a fan of them, Oxygen, maybe Monaco, even though this is their first regional of the split, and G1. So, on first glance, I'm gonna go to Beast Mode first. Which side do you think is the harder bracket? This is an easy question.
I mean, yeah, easily the lower side. I mean, BDS and Vitality is going to be a good matchup, and Moist and Liquid. I mean, obviously, if everything goes right, I feel like that's going to be super exciting. I feel like Moist and Liquid's like 2 of the most mechanical teams in the region, so that's going to be exciting to watch for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna second that. Bottom half easy, not even a question.
How's that a second round matchup?
BDS Vitality?
Second round.
You got L Splash should go second round, and BDS Vitality second round. Both those matches happen on a Friday.
Well, that's if there's no upsets, which there almost
Right.
always is.
Yeah. Hopefully not. I feel like, yeah, I don't know.
BDS could be close, but
Yeah,
they
can
should win
BDS
that
lose to
matchup.
Monkeys first round?
They could. On a Friday, they could, but they shouldn't.
BDS not losing that, bro.
No,
I mean, they shouldn't.
I don't think
Let's
they
do the
are.
bracket. Let's do the prediction
Yeah,
bracket.
Rise has turned
Let's
that
do the
team
prediction
around.
bracket.
Okay, so prediction bracket here. Everybody's getting involved because there's 5 of us. Majority is the deciding factor here. We're gonna predict the Spring Cup. Bates, take it away.
What happened? Oh, I'm leading the bracket. Alrighty. Those y'all who don't know, this is how we run this thing. There's gonna be 5 votes. You're gonna hear 5 people, maybe, say their teams. Whoever gets the 3 first wins. That's just how this thing rolls. FT's been pretty accurate, so accurate, in fact, that DeMar thought the actual bracket was us. He just thought that we were just so good. So maybe we really aren't that talented. So we're gonna find out who ends up getting these W's. K Corp going up against Double Fruit. I'm gonna go K Corp.
K Corp.
K Corp.
Oh, K Corp wins the W. Congratulations. PSG Tundra going against Suh. I'm gonna go PSG Tundra.
I'm going Suh.
I'm going Suh.
I'm going Suh with that one, buddy.
Alrighty.
I guess Suh wins that. Okay. Beast, I'm with you, but Suh ends up taking that one. Oxygen going up against Monaco.
Monaco.
I'm going Oxygen.
I'm going Oxygen as well.
I think Ixo's just, he's got it, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Oxygen.
Oxygen takes that W right there. G1 versus Guild.
G1.
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 Yeah.
All right, that was easy. G1. Some of these teams. Liquid versus Fast Forward.
If you guys don't know Fast
Just
Forward,
go next.
that's Metanor's team.
All right. We just go Liquid? You want me to put them down?
Yeah. I'm going Liquid though, regardless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moist versus Foo Fax Dop.
Moist.
Yeah, Moist.
All righty. Moist W right there. Vitality versus 2.5 Men.
Vitality started slow last time, but I'll go Vitality.
Bro.
Don't say
Yeah,
that.
Vitality.
Okay.
What
All
happens
right.
then?
And then BDS versus Monkeys.
BDS.
Oh, this is tough.
Yeah, that is a tough
Why
one.
everybody say
I'm going
Listen,
Beast Mode
bro.
first. I'm going with Beast Mode.
I'll go BDS. I can't back him down.
Nah, BDS.
All right, DeMar, what are you picking, bro?
I picked BDS. I picked first.
Oh, all right. BDS then. BDS wins down. We're going all the way back up to the top. K Corp versus Suh.
Hey, Court.
K Corp.
Yeah.
K Corp.
All righty. Carmine Corp just keeps on moving forward. Suh, you got the big W against Tundra. That shocked Beast Mode, but it won't happen this time. Oxygen versus G1.
Oxygen.
G1.
I'm going G1.
I'm going Oxygen.
Oh,
Let's go B-Mode.
So
Val-
T Bates.
it's about time I got a decided vote. Give me Oxygen. Come on. Give me Oxygen.
Crazy.
All right, Liquid versus Moist. I'll go first. Give me Moist.
I'll go first.
Oh man.
Give me
Wait,
Liquid.
you going Moist?
Bro, are you okay? Liquid.
I'm going Liquid.
You know what? I'll go Moist.
There you go.
Ooh.
Come on, DeMar. Come on over to the Moist side.
Nah. Lamar,
Come
on.
on. The Bab, they were up 3-0. You can't go up against the cannon.
peer
Don't
pressure,
go
bro.
against the cannon.
Lamar, choose wisely.
Kevin, don't look at the
Moist.
street. I don't know. I'm going,
Moist.
give me Liquid.
Bro.
Yeah,
Bro. Fine. Vitality versus BDS.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Vitality.
BDS.
What?
Oh, no.
BDS. I think Vitality loses the first series right here. BDS.
I'll let Daz go.
Give me Vitality. Well, wait.
Oh.
Oh, God. Here he goes. I can see both sides.
On the fence.
I can see. You know what? Give me BDS.
No. Oh man.
Beast?
I'm gonna go BDS as well. I'm gonna go
Yeah!
BDS.
BDS takes out
BDS.
Vitality right there. In the upper quarters, BDS moves on. Carmine versus Oxygen.
Carmine.
Hey, Court.
Carmine.
Carmine.
Alrighty, very boring. Carmine wins that one. Carmine
Oxygen,
wins
put a
that.
hand up.
And Zen's gonna take that Vitality BDS series personally. Liquid going up against BDS. And listen, if
Liquid.
BDS beats Vitality, I gotta roll with them again. BDS.
There's no shot.
Nah,
Liquid.
Liquid. Yeah, you're delusional.
I got-
Liquid.
Bro said
I got
double down
Liquid
and
in
lost
this
the
one.
entire bet.
Liquid?
No.
Liquid.
Yeah,
Alright.
in this one.
The chat said BDS. Too bad. You're all wrong. We're going with Liquid. Alrighty. Carmine versus Liquid. I think
Liquid.
Carmine just got Liquid's number. I gotta go Carmine.
We got one Carmine. We got one Liquid. Sean said Liquid.
Nah, Liquid.
I'm gonna go Liquid.
Two liquids, one Carmine.
I'm going K Court.
I'm going Carmine as well.
Oh, Carmine with the reverse sweep. Ends up taking out Liquid. Carmine moves on to the grand final, a place that they're very comfortable in. They've been in every grand final outside of the last one. Every single EU grand final outside of the last one. We'll see if that happens. Let's move over to the lower bracket, please. Let me see. How many upsides did we choose? Oh, just one. Okay. Double Fruit going up against PSG Tundra. PSG Tundra.
Yep, Tundra.
Mm-hmm.
Monaco and Guild.
Monaco.
Y'all said Monaco?
Yeah.
Okay, fast forward. Foo Facts Doc.
Full facts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Foo Facts.
All right. I'm going Foo Facts because they beat them in quals first round.
All right, Foo Facts Doc it is. 2.5 men going up against Monkeys.
Monkeys.
2.5 men.
2.5 men for Bates as well. Roll.
Oh God.
They swept them round 2. That's all I gotta say.
Don't put that in his head.
I'm gonna go with Monkeys.
Let's go.
Okay. PSG Tundra going up against Vitality.
Vitality.
Yeah, Vitality.
Just send them through to the lower finals.
Yeah.
You need to
facts.
slow your roll there, buddy. Monaco versus Moist.
Moist.
Moist. Foo Facts Dot versus G1.
Yeah, I'll say
G1.
G1. I'll say G1.
G1.
Give me Foo Facts.
G1. And then Monkeys versus Suh.
That's actually.
Hmm.
So.
I'll say so.
All right, Suh gets a quick sweep. Monkeys. It's an easy 3-0. Easy 3-0. All right, Vitality versus Moist.
Vitality.
Oh, they said that was not even a conversation. Vitality 4-0. They move on. G1 Suh.
G1.
So.
What? G1.
What? You said what?
I'll say G1.
G1. How y'all?
I'll say G1 there.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They don't see-
Bro.
they don't see the vision.
It's
bro.
not
They don't see it.
boring.
This
It's not-
is Suh's
bro.
chance.
No, it's not. It's not the chance
It's
at all.
the new
G1 just
Hogan
better.
mode.
G1 just better. Vitality, Oxygen.
Vitality.
Vitality.
G1 BDS.
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 He sounds so
BDS.
sad.
I'm fine with it.
All right, Vitality BDS is a rematch from earlier. BDS beats them this time. I'm rolling with BDS.
Again? Bro.
Yep. Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Vitality.
I got Vitality.
Vitality.
God
Shut
dang
Bates down.
it. Liquid versus Vitality.
Liquid.
Vitality.
Liquid.
There's no shot.
Yeah, Liquid.
It's time for Zen to dominate. Vitality wins the tournament.
Look
That's
what I-
rolled in the
Huh?
bracket.
All right, K Corp going up against Liquid and a rematch of the EU Spring Invitational back in the winter split. Liquid ended up winning that championship. So we'll see.
They got
Let's
to
go.
twice.
Damar, you go first.
K Court.
We got one Carmine Corp Beast.
K Corp.
K Corp. We got two K Corps. Roll.
Liquid.
Oh, we got a Liquid in here. Spaceman.
Liquid.
We got another Liquid in here as well. And then Base is going to be the deciding vote.
I wonder where he's gonna go.
Vatira's too good. Give me
Oh
Carmine.
my God.
There it is.
give me the blue wall.
You
Carmine
can't be
takes out.
shocked.
Water doesn't beat a wall. Water's
Yeah,
not
it
going to beat a
does.
wall. I'm not seeing it happening right here. Give me Carmine. Give me the blue wall. And that was the most standard bracket of all time. As much as I tried to keep predicting BDS, people didn't want to happen. People didn't want to happen. I got rejected every time. But that's the FT bracket. We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, we are. That'll be really interesting. It'll be interesting to see if Vitality goes back to back. If they don't, we'll have to see. But great work here for the panelists, for the desk on this bracket and on this show today. Beast Mode again, first time on First Touch. You did very well. Thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me.
Sean, of course, it's a
Good.
pleasure.
Thanks for having me. It was fun sparring with you guys.
Yeah, super fun.
Facts. next time we'll get the Spaceman top 10 back on. We'll have you go through that once again.
Good lord.
But
Spaceman, we're gonna start barking again.
Oh, you know it, brother.
okay, it's
See
time
what
to
barking.
close out the show before we hear some noises. Thank you guys for joining us today on First Touch. It was a great show. And we talked about a lot of Rocket League action. Let us know what you guys think around the scene, whether, you know, on your favorite platforms to talk about all that stuff. But also make sure to keep it locked in at First Touch RL on Twitter. And, of course, subscribe to the First Touch YouTube as well. Of course, if you want to keep things locked in on everything RL Esports, it's at RL Esports on Twitter. Be sure to follow that. And, of course, any of the panelists that you enjoyed their takes today. Now, that being said, on behalf of all of our staff working so well behind the scenes, Sky, Ben, Jay, Kier, Chris, Ace, thank you guys so much for all of your hard work. And, of course, Psionics, thank you guys for allowing us to run the show on your network. First Touch will be back next week. Of course, there'll be Rocket League action in Europe, so you want to keep it locked in here on twitch.tv/Rocket League. 1, 2, toodaloo. We'll see you next week.